Aloha, and welcome to the Hawaii Counseling and Education Anger Management Program, Ho'omakaho. If you've been referred to this program or you're interested in the work that we do here, we'd like to talk to you a little bit today about what our program is and how we work with people, and hopes that that will allow you to kind of get a feel for what we're doing and feel comfortable if you're interested in joining one of our groups. I'm here today with Luis Pavao, coming to you from Mexico.
How's it?
And we're really lucky in today's day. Luis did our anger management program for many years, and he's done this work for over 20 years. But he moved to Mexico. But now that we have Zoom and we have online services, we're so happy to have him come back to help us with this program. So we're going to talk a little bit today about what the program is, what you'll expect, the services that we provide, and then if you're interested, you can give us a call and we'll get you set up in the program. So I want to turn this over to Luis. He's going to talk to you a little bit about what to expect and what's going to happen. So Luis, take it away.
How's it? What are scoops? I'm Luis Pavao. I don't get to talk pigeon, so it's been a long time. So now, excuse me for a little bit. Sometimes you just gotta let that bugger out. Ho'omakaho, that means to begin again. And the reason that we chose the name was because it's such an opportunity to show people a brand new way to live, a brand new way to interact with people, just a whole different way. And we have a secret that we can share with you. I call it a secret because you think you don't know it, but you know what the secret is. And we're going to bring it out of you, and we're going to show you many things. And I tell you, your life is going to be so different if you participate well in the program. This is the type of program that it brings out the aloha in you. The aloha means the connection that you have with yourself, with other people, and to live like that, to live with a nice feeling. Now, I'm not going to say that you're not going to get pissed off or you're not going to get angry sometimes, but that anger is not going to control you. Your anger is not going to get you. You're going to learn what anger is. You're going to learn that it'll pass, and many, many different things that we can teach you. So we just ask for you to be a student when you come see us. Learn, open up, ask questions. People that are court ordered, oh man, that was rough that you have to go through court and be ordered to come to a class. But I tell you, look at this as an opportunity for you to change your life. And I tell you, it's gonna be awesome. Gary's ball bearings. So please enjoy the class. Now, a couple things that we are going to tell you, that the only person that you can control is you. And if you have a hard time controlling yourself, then controlling other people is even more difficult. No can. So it's easy, very, very easy to just control you. You're gonna be tested. People not gonna believe you. When I first came, I was a mean son of a gun. And when I told people I was doing anger management, they just laughed at me. What? You doing anger? You gotta be nuts. No ways. But yep. And one of the reasons that I got into this is if a son of a gun like me can change, then I have hope. And I love teaching this. I'm so grateful that Christine called me up. I was hiding, but she found me. And I'm glad, I'm getting to be an old man, so I'm passing the torch, and you're gonna be the one to continue with the carry the torch for me. Teach your kids, teach your family. Everybody's gonna want to learn. Everybody's gonna know what you're doing.
Now you're probably thinking that you really don't need to come to this group, that there's been some mistake. Because generally, what we found is that when people get caught up with their anger a lot, it never looks to them like it's coming from them. It looks like people are making them angry or they're making a big deal about nothing. And I just want you to know that no matter why you're here, whether it's court order or wife order or business order that somebody at your workplace has decided that you get too reactive to people, it doesn't matter why you're here. It matters that no matter what, you can learn something from this program. You can learn how to be a kinder, gentler version of yourself. So we're not going to tell you that you're a bad guy or a bad woman. We're not going to tell you that you're flawed in any way. But what we are going to do is help you to see how to be your true self. Because we know that when you hurt the people that you love, that feels awful to you as well. And that feeling of being out of control and doing something that you don't really want to do, or that you know is a bad thing to do or hurtful, is something that will give you great relief to be able to get over that and to not hurt the people that you love.
Right on, right on. A couple things I want to mention. If you come to the program, please be free of alcohol and drugs, because it's good to. And your friend will next to you, come on, one more, you can have one more. Tell them the truth. No, I'm not gonna drink. I don't want to drink more. Just don't worry. Never to please other people or your friends. You're doing this for you. This is all for you. And in my, I don't want to blow smoke up your kind, but what a nice opportunity. What a wonderful opportunity that you have been ordered, even though you don't like. But my experience in all the years that I've been doing this, I've seen a lot of people change, and that's what I look for. That's the high,
Mhm.
is to see the change in other people and their families and their partners and their kids. Uh, everything is gonna change. And you know why? Because the only person that you're gonna change is you. And when you change, you'd be surprised how much everything else, your whole world is going to change. Your past is going to change. Your present is going to change. You're going to have so much hope for the future. So good luck. I hope you enjoy this class, and I think you will. And just to reinforce what Christine said, we're not going to score you. We're not going to treat you bad. We're not going to put you down. We're not going. This is not a class to make you feel bad. This is a class to make you feel good, feel resilient, feel happy, feel
Mhm.
uh you're gonna be like the fishes in the sea. Just go with the ocean, up and down. Some days you could be not gonna be good. Some days gonna be uh bad, but your bad days in the future is not gonna be like what it was in the past. So I'm excited. I wish we could start right now.
Well, the other thing too, Louis, that I think we should remind them is that we can't change you.
Yeah,
We cannot control you.
yeah.
So you have to show up. We're doing this online, so you should be able to show up. But what you want to do is you want to find some place that's confidential, some place where you can talk online, where there's not going to be other people walking around. We want you to be appropriately dressed. We want you to be able to relax and listen and not be in the middle of a restaurant somewhere, someplace where you can talk and you can listen without distraction. That's really important. And the other thing is that your listening and your openness is what is the key, because we can't get through your thinking. We can't get through to your heart unless you put down some of that defensiveness and the thinking that you have. So please try to come and know that we're on your side, that we want you to become the best version of yourself so that you can be the best employee, the best spouse, the best parent, the best guy in the neighborhood, rather than being the guy that's feared or being the person that is seen as troubled all the time. And it's super important that you come sober, as Louis said, because if you're getting high to come to get help, what does that say to you? It's like you're not really coming because you want to get help. You're coming because you have to. And don't come to this program if that's where you're at. Like, don't come for that, because we're not going to let you get by with it. You can't just sit and say, We're going to ask you to be involved and to talk about what's changing. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to, divulge your deepest, darkest secrets in the middle of the group. You might want to, but we're not going to force you to do anything except come with big ears so that you can listen. And listening is listening for a feeling, because mental well-being, when we're in a deep state of mental well-being, we operate with others from love, not from anger and not from control and not from insecurity. That's just a little trick of our mind. And that's what we're going to be teaching you, is how to connect up with that true self that you are, that good guy that you are, so that you can learn to be that way and live that way.
Chrissy, could you talk a little bit more about listening? How to listen? How to how do you say that?
When we listen, we want to put aside our thinking. So most of us are trained to be thinking while the other person's talking, which you may have gotten feedback that you're a bad listener. And if that's the case, then that's probably what's up, is that we're thinking all the time and we're listening to our thinking instead of really listening in the moment. So when we're listening for a feeling, we're listening for a state of mind, really, that's natural and we're born with. So the way I think about it is the feeling that you get in when you go down to the beach and you listen to the sound of the waves come in, or you hear the sound of the trade winds going through the trees, and you just really start to relax to the speed of life. And as you do that, as you're listening, you're not listening for any concept or any intellectual thing to understand about yourself. You're listening for a state of mind or a feeling. And that deeper feeling, those deeper feelings of gratitude and joy and peacefulness, that's all built into you. That's the way you are naturally. So if you're listening for that feeling and that's the direction you go, you'll start to get insights from that about what you need to change and how you need to be different.
Wow. When I was working in Hawaii, I had my guitar in my class with me because I hate paperwork, and I would rather play my guitar than do paperwork. And a lot of people would come in and check out my guitar, and we would have a session just playing music. And just that 5-10 minutes playing the guitar, singing Hawaiian, you could just see the change in that person already. Mm-hmm. So, inside of you, inside of everybody, you have this feeling. Mm-hmm. If you can get it from playing a guitar or going to the beach, then you can do it throughout the whole day, throughout your life. What a wonderful gift to have, and also to share with your kids, share with your wife, share with your friends.
Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it, Louis? The ripple effect is when one human being changes and finds their kind of reconnects with their true self, that feeling that comes through them then touches other people around them. So
Yeah.
not only are you going to change, but that's going to make all of your relationships with all the people in your life better, whether it's the grocery clerk or the guy who's driving funny in front of you, so that you don't get caught up in trying to change the world, or you don't like spew negativity out to the people that you love. But it's a beautiful thing what happens and what's possible. And we've done this before, and we found that people get the most benefit after 23 weeks. So it's a long program, but and you have to come to all 23 weeks. You don't get to miss any. If you miss one, you have to get excused from it, and you have to make up the group. So you have to keep coming. And if you do that, and it doesn't take much, it's not like an hour and a half a day, won't kill you. But if you slow down and you listen, what you'll get will be a huge gift. You get yourself.
Our half is like a vacation away from stuff, and our half is only for you.
Mhm.
You know, this is what's going to happen. I had a couple once that had problems with their kids. It's, Louis, you gotta help my kids. Something is wrong with them. And they would list all the bad things about their kids and everything and blah blah blah. They say, you know what? Church, look at what your kids does well and see what they do good. And a couple weeks later, they tell me, Louis, man, you do miracles with my kids. I want to thank you so much. I didn't even see their kids. So you see the effect that this is going to have
Mhm.
on your life. So,
Mhm.
man, I'm getting chicken skin right now.
Yeah.
So right on, you guys and women and everybody.
And and finally, I think that we're going to also teach you to listen to your own wisdom. Like, we all know deep down inside what to do in life. We're just not really trained anymore to listen to it. We're trained to be thinking and figuring things out, and we get all caught up in our thinking, and we forget to listen for that wisdom. And that's the other part about listening, isn't it, Louis? It's like, as we start listening, we start to hear when
Yeah.
that little voice comes in your head and says, don't say that. And you say it anyway, and you get in
Yeah.
big trouble, right? Because you lose control and you get crazy.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I knew I shouldn't have done that. So we're going to really help you to see that you have always known what to do. It's always built into you, but you haven't been awake to it, and people don't teach us this anymore. So hopefully you'll enjoy it. If you're interested in joining us, you can call 808-254-6484, and Debbie will send you out the information on the program. Some of the groups will be covered by insurance. Some of them will be covered through private pay, and we'll work with you. We're not covered by Kaiser, but we're covered by most other insurance plans. And so we have to do an intake. We got to sit down and talk to you individually and see what your deal is. And then we can kind of go through some of the stuff at that point. But if you're interested, just give us a call. We'd love to have you join us.
I have some homework for you. I know you're not in a class yet, but this is your homework. Look at your life and see how different your life would be if you could be calmer, and how it would change some of the problems that you have and how you live your life. Okay? Thank you. Aloha.
Okay. Aloha.
Shaka.